And boom goes the dynamite.
Hello, and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. This is Daily Dive. I am your host, Michael Carvelis, as always. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. It is Wednesday, November 29th, 2023. The time is currently 1:01 p.m. here on the East Coast in Georgia, home of the Swarm. On today's show, we're going to have a giveaway announcement, so stay tuned for that. I talked about the Albany Firewolves yesterday. We'll officially announce the giveaway we're doing at the end of the season. The San Diego Seals preview and blind standings reveal, and the Buffalo Bandits will do the same. And also, NLL Awards predictions with myself and producer Joe. Cannot wait for the show to get started. I know you guys can't either. Remember to head to Daily Dive Lax, our social media bios, or if you're already here on the YouTube, click the link tree below in the description, and there you will see the Our Store tab. When you click it, you'll see our merchandise. You'll notice it's looking kind of scarce. That's okay, because in 2 days, not only does the National Lacrosse League season start, but new logo for us means new merchandise for you. I'll be wearing it. Our guests will potentially be wearing some stuff or drinking out of some stuff. I don't want to give any too much away. There's so much going on here at Daily Dive. We also want to mention that 12 OZ Sports, that's 12 Ounce Sports and Daily Dive Live. 12 Ounce Sports is the exclusive home for our live show coming this Friday, beginning Friday, all season long. We're on 12 Ounce Sports. We've signed a contract. We're excited to get it out to you guys. So follow them at 12, the letter OZ Sports. Check them out on YouTube as well. They have like 400 something subscribers on there. So check them out. Remember, Friday, only getting clips and graphics and posts from us and not the live show. So stay tuned for all that. But also subscribe to them if you want to watch the live show. Cannot wait for everything to get going. But now it's time for let's do the San Diego Seals preview and blind graphic. So, remember, there are only 2 teams left on our standings reveal. And last season, I told you guys that the Seals flat out choked. I don't care if it was single game in elimination to the Colorado Mammoth. I don't care if it wasn't fair. I don't care if the Mammoth ended up making it to the finals, so it makes it all better. No, they gagged, they suffocated on the national stage. That's what happened to the San Diego Seals. Last season, the San Diego Seals finished 14-4, and they were 13-3 in the Western Division. They were outscored teams by 47 goals, 240-193, 7-2 home, 7-2 away. San Diego Seals also saw Westberg get 108 points. Dane Dobie, who led the team in goals, got 101 points as his Ageless Wonder career continues. Curtis Dixon, 100 points. Austin Stotts, who's the number 4 forward, according to these coaches and GMs, by the way. God, I still cannot get over that. He had 75 points last season. They still have Mac O'Keefe. They signed Christian McGleary to a 5-year re-sign, so that's impressive, right? That was the first time that had been handed down in quite some time, until, of course, Dane Smith's $500,000 contract. But they also re-signed Curtis Dixon for 2 years. They re-signed, like I said, Christian McGleary for 5 years. Austin Stotts for 2 years, who's got a target on his back now. Dane Dobie for a year. They dealt Frank Chiliano to the Rush, So one team's trash is another team's trash. I mean, treasure. Sorry. They dealt Connor Farrell to the Rochester Nighthawks. Shout out to the Rochester team for getting him. And they acquired, of course, Trevor Baptiste from Philadelphia. The Kyle Jackson playing rights from the Philadelphia Wings as well. And they also acquired Mike Poulin playing rights from Georgia Swarm. They hired Cam Woods as their defensive coordinator and Jordan Hall as their offensive coordinator and director of player personnel. Brody Merrill retired from the team. What does this all mean? In a unified standings, are they my or even producer Joe's number one team? Folks, I made a prediction on the show in yesterday's show on my 3 bowl predictions. One of them was the Seals will once again lose in the first round. I don't trust Chris Riglieri as of yet for sure. I do not think Dane Dobie at his ripe age can continue to carry this team. I think Seals, with their new offensive coordinator and new defensive coordinator, are in scramble mode after what happened last season. So, Producer Joe, even though they're still high on our list, there you have it. I've got him at number 3. Producer Joe's got him at number 4. I think Seals will have a good regular season once again. But again, I do not trust this team come playoff time. I think they're a top of the mountain team, but they're not like, I'll put it this way, they're like almost to the top. But I feel like there's going to be something holding them back all season long. I don't think you can just throw together a roster and think it's just going to stick. I got the Seals to finish number 3, and I think they get bounced in the first round by, it looks like, Rochester. If those standings line up correctly, I've got them being bounced by Rochester in the first round, so there you go. Producer Joe would have them playing the Philadelphia Wings. There you go. Again, I don't think the Seals, maybe I'm sour on the fact that I don't believe Cooper Perkins is their play-by-play guy this year. That kind of frustrates me a little bit. He was a friend of the show last year. Listen, he's on to bigger and better things. Whatever. I can't trust him. I'm not a Curtis Dixon fan. And that's because he chirped at me on social media. That's not why that is. I don't think these old guys can get together. It reminds me of what the Brooklyn Nets did with like Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. Like they were supposed to be so good. It's like they're just not good anymore. Like, sure, if you put this team together like 5+ years ago, yeah, they could do something. But I think we're going to see another choke job. But I love the fact that War on the Floor, despite it being delayed, has been released now on Prime Video. I'm still scavenging the internet to find some Prime Video loopholes, if you will, because I don't feel like subscribing to Prime just for that. Sorry. Although I do think it should be the next version of Hard Knocks. I think that's the best thing that's coming out of the offseason. Again, the Chris Riglieri 5-year deal, meh. Good luck, guys. I mean, that's cool. I mean, he was there last season to kind of take over for Chiliano, and he didn't take over enough, apparently, because you guys kept on you kept rotating goalies, and I think that showed O'Leary might be limited on what he can do. Even though there's people that swear otherwise, not me. When I come back here on Daily Dive, you're going to want to stay tuned for the Buffalo Bandits. And I always see myself and producer Joe having the number 1 seed. But how far can this team go? And also, NLL Awards. And don't forget, we're still going to announce the details of that giveaway. You're going to want to stay tuned. Daily Dive, we're right back. Don't go anywhere. I know you. I felt like I got that out. Don't go anywhere. I know you won't. To all the baddest daddies out there, welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet that we live on, baby. This is, of course, Daily Dive. As always, I'm your host, Michael Carvelis. It is Wednesday, Hump Day, November 29th, 2023. We've already given you guys most of our blind reveal for the standings, and now it's just time to tell you. Boom! There it is. Let me just take this part down. There it is. There's our complete standings reveal. I'm on the right side. Producer Joe's on the left. Buffalo Bandits, your number one team. Number two for me, The Rock, the Seals, the Wings at 4, the Calgary Roughnecks without Kermalowski, Rochester Nighthawks, Georgia Swarm, and Panther City Lacrosse Club are your playoff teams for myself. And then, of course, Colorado Mammoth, just missing. Halifax Thunderbirds, you're welcome. Not really. New York Riptide, sorry, Jeff Teat. Saskatchewan Rush, new look, doesn't matter. Vancouver Warriors, what's up, Kermalowski? How you been? Las Vegas Desert Dogs and Albany Firewolves. There they are. Read them. Weep them. Talk about them. What you guys got going on? Adam Levy. He's got a lot to say on the San Diego preview. He's bringing the heat on Friday. Remember, folks, Adam Levy will be here every Friday to talk about this stuff. This will be great. And also, by the way, Adam Levy also just announced a thing called Levy's Line. You can find it on his Twitter page or X page. We retweeted on Daily Dive, so you want to check that out. It's called Levy's Line, but find out what that is. It's pretty cool. I encourage you guys to check that out. But yeah, there's our standings reveal. And now it's time for the Buffalo Bandits preview. Now that we've unveiled that myself and producer Joe both have them at number 1. Surprise, right? Well, kind of is a surprise if you think about it. The Buffalo Bandits, of course, obviously one of the biggest surprises of the offseason in the National Lacrosse League was the fact that they re-signed Matt Vincent, not 1, not 2, but 3 extra seasons. Now, does that mean he plays all 3? Yeah, I don't know. The fact they have Orleman and what is the other guy's name? The backup from last year. The fact they have both those guys on the roster still and not on the practice squad is pretty impressive. But they got Matt Vince for 2 more years, Adam Bomberry for another year. Gavin Shanahan is the guy's name. Ian McKay for 3 more years. Chase Fraser, Delga Nanico, Dane Smith signed a 5-year, $500,000 contract if you add all the things up. Bryce Sweeting. They brought back the house this year. Kyle Buchanan, the little engine that could. They also dealt not much. They acquired Steve Orman from New York, of course, who made the final roster. Guys, only person they lost was Ethan O'Connor. The Bandits might just run it back. But the question is, are they good enough to do it? Obviously, the answer to that is yes. But I'm going to push back on that. I will not predict my NL champion until tomorrow. I'm sorry you came for that, and you may not see that today. You won't see that today. Okay. There's something I want to push back on the Bandits repeating so easily, even though I think they should. It has caused me to pause and think that how hard is it to repeat in the National Lacrosse League? According to a media email that myself and others, of course, got in the media world, I believe it was 2 or 3 times in National Lacrosse League history a team has repeated. The last team to do it was the original Rochester Nighthawks, I believe. Yeah, you remember the blue and green? Purple? Yeah. Yeah. It just, I don't think, and maybe I'm giving something away here. I think Buffalo, it took so much out of Matt Vince. It took so much out of this team mentally. I don't know if they can just run it back. There's Toronto stacked the deck, barring a Tom Schreiber injury. I hope he's okay. I know he's on IR right now, whatever the vague term that means anymore. I know that they've, of course, added Mark Matthews. Latrell Harris might be out. The Rock look good. The Wings look good. The Seals look like good, even though I think they're going to lose in the first round. They look good. Rochester looks like they may be better, given a consistent Rylan Hartley. A motivated Lyle Thompson in Georgia. The Bandits in a unified standings, you just don't know if they can just run it back. I think lacrosse, it's kind of hard to do that. The Rush went back-to-back in 2015, 2016. He's a stats guy. I used to be. I graduated to do a podcast. Anyways, the point is, I've got concern for Buffalo Bandits. I know I've been on record saying you guys should, like, the fact they were not favored on the sports books for a while was pretty alarming, because they should be favored. Doesn't mean I'm going to pick them to win it. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you guys, Producer Joe, he's not going to, maybe he won't like me for this. I don't know. Producer Joe's got Buffalo Bandits to beat the Toronto Rock in the NLL Finals this season. So there you go. Again, Producer Joe says the Bandits defeat the Rock in the finals. That's his championship this season. I'll unveil mine tomorrow and explain my reasoning for it. But Producer Joe and myself have more stuff we can unveil coming up next. I know you guys are going to love this because, I was thinking to myself, maybe we should use like MVP and then goalie of the year and champion. Producer Joe said, no, let's do it all. So we're going to do it all. When I come back, MVP, goalie, rookie, defensive player, transition player of the year, award, predictions, here on Daily Dive. You're welcome. Don't go anywhere. I know you won't. We are 2 days away from the season to begin, but we're still here on Daily Dive. We'll be right back. I'm going to miss that song, but we still have it for one more show that's coming up tomorrow. But Friday, we cannot explain to you how many great things are in store, such as Adam Levy Fridays, such as 12-ounce sports, etc. But anyways, welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet that you reside on, aliens. This is Daily Dive. And no, I'm not going to call you guys aliens from here on out. I just want to say that. Hey, Daily Dive Lax on social media. If you're here, I'll give you time to do that real quick. Drink some coffee. You should have drunk coffee on the break, but whatever. Also, if you're here on YouTube, subscribe. The description below is the key to find the link tree. It says support the show. You want to click that link. Head to the Our Store tab. You're like, man, there's not a lot of stuff here. You're right. Because in 2 days, in less than 48 hours, we've got the most awesome merchandise you could ever imagine. I promise you, you're going to love it. You're going to want to go to the Our Store tab. And remember, NLL is supposed to have authentic gear fairly soon. I thought we would have some before the season, but whatever. So go to the Fanatics affiliate link in our link tree. Remember, you only got 24 hours to do so, because in 48 hours, we're making a transition. It's happening. Remember, 12-ounce Sports is the only home of Daily Dive live shows starting Friday. You'll still want to subscribe to us and follow us on social media personally at Daily Dive Lex for clips, segments, which is basically the same thing, graphics, and of course, updates as always. Thank you, man. We're going to miss you guys. All right. Here's once again our standings reveal for the upcoming season. I want to give a shout out to Buffalo Sports Collective. I don't know which one of them is a PK or is it on the other one, who I just forget the name of. I don't know who did the graphic, but that was like kind of their thing. Like you put like a 1 through 15 in the middle, and then of course each person on each side. So shout out to them for that idea. I kind of stole that from them. So I didn't see the standings though. There you go. And now it's time for some NLL awards predictions. No graphic for this, probably should have been, but here we go. Winning the Rookie of the Year for Producer Joe is Thomas McConvey of the Rochester Nighthawks. I think Thomas McConvey is going to have a good season. He was definitely in consideration for myself. I did not ultimately go with Producer Joe on that. I don't go with Producer Joe on any of these things except for one award. So we got some controversy on Daily Dive brewing behind the scenes. we don't ever going to be able to do the show together again. I mean, producer Joe might as well just leave, you know? I'm kidding. He's not going to leave, but it just, there's some stuff going on. There's some, I forgot the word. There's some transparency. I'll think of the word in a minute. Goalie of the year. No, let's do this first. Let's do defensive player of the year. This is the one where we agree on. Halifax Thunderbirds Graham Hossack. It's probably about the only thing I agree with the NLL GMs and coaches who again put Austin Stotts as the number 4 forward in the entire National Lacrosse League. But myself and producer Joe both believe the Thunderbirds Graham Hossack will win the award. I might have gone for Latrell Harris if he was healthy. I kind of wanted to go with the Roughnecks player Eli Salama, but I did not because I feel like Kurt Milowski's influence will be a little bit different on that. So I went with Graham Hossack instead of producer Joe's defensive player of the year. Transition player of the year, producer Joe says Ian McKay of the Buffalo Bandits. Great pick. Great pick. Should have picked it myself, but I didn't because mine is one better. My transition player of the year for 2023-2024, Zach Currier. This dude is insane. He dwarfs everybody in every stat category. I told you guys, of the best transition players and best faceoff guys, I feel like it's Jake Withers on transition. It's Jake Withers on faceoff. It's Zach Currier on transition. I do not think there's a more farther gap between best of their position than those two players at their respective positions. So again, Zach Currier for myself, and producer Joe has got Ian McKay winning transition player of the year. All right. This one's always fun. Goalie of the year. Producer Joe's going to stick with his heart of hearts and his land of the free and go with Buffalo Bandits, Matt Vince. I almost went with Matt Vince. I know Matt Vince had a great regular season last year. This, of course, is a regular season award, but I couldn't go with the 41-year-old. I feel like Matt Vince will have a slight fall off in the regular season. He might pull what Dylan Ward did last year. Remember when Dylan Ward was kind of, decent in the regular season, and then in the playoffs he turned it on? I think Matt Vince is going to have to do that again if he wants to continue playing at a high level when it matters most. My goalie of the year, I just want to give a shout out Christian Del Bianco, and this is not because he, we're kind of like have a mutual respect on social media now. It's because of the fact I feel like if this team makes the playoffs, Del Bianco will be once again a huge part of that on why Calgary does make it without Kurt Milowski. I ultimately went with him. He's been electric since he was young, and I think as he gets older, I say older meaning I'm pretty sure he's younger than me. I'm 27. I'm just going to check that to make sure I don't short him here. But he is, he's 26. Come on, kid. You got it this year for goalie of the year. Stupid. All right, and my MVP of the 2023-2024 season is, producer Joe has got Connor Fields of the Rochester Nighthawks. Very good pick, producer Joe. I enjoy that pick. Remember to follow him at Dilly Dive Joe to tell him how you really feel about his predictions. My MVP of this season is it's not Dane Smith. Jeff Teat. No, you guys know how I feel about Jeff Teat. Tom Schreck. Oh, wait, he's injured. Mitch Jones. It is no mistake that when the Wings acquired Mitch Jones, they went 7-5. This is a team with expectations, and I think Mitch Jones balling out in a place he apparently loves to be, already signing an extension. I've got Mitch Jones to win my NLL MVP. In fact, the NLL made a post on X. I hate saying that once again. I would never let Elon Musk live that down. But they said, get to it here, it's part of their next thing, the next champion. And I love that they said, this is their next thing. Here it is. Who do you have as the next best? All righty. And what is this? Top 50 player. Oh, this is top 5 forwards. Okay, cool. Wait, is that top 5 forwards or is that something else? I'm tripping here. I know there's something else to be released today. Let me make sure this is the forward list. Not anything else. Oh, yeah. Because I'm about to see Austin Stotts in this graphic. Give me a break. I still cannot get over the fact that Austin Stotts is the number 4 forward. I think it's absolute clickbait. I think coaches and GMs all got to go and say, "Yo, how can we piss people off? If they put Austin Stotts number 4, whatever." And Lyle Thompson number 3 again. I don't agree with as well. But forget it. That's been the show. It was kind of brief today. That's because we're gearing up for Friday. I promise you, you are not going to want to miss this. If you think you want to miss this, you're wrong. Think again. This is incredible. I'm so excited. We've got some big plans and they're already coming to fruition. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that watched the show today. A little wink, wink there. You'll see why I did the accents. This show cannot get any better, but it just did, and it will get better on Friday. I promise you. We'll have Pat Gregor and Adam Levy on Friday. Tomorrow, I'll tell you my champion among other things. For everyone that watches the show, we see you. You are awesome. You are the bread. You are the butter. You are what makes me love my bedroom. It's not mom's basement. It's her bed. It's not her bedroom. Good Lord. It's my bedroom. There. See, some guys are out there winning MVPs of the league, even though they're not supposed to. And Christian Dobianco, I'm out here talking about them in my bedroom. I mean, I like it. It was 31 degrees today. That's good. Georgia never gets cold weather. Forget it. For everyone that's behind the scenes, thanks for the credibility. You are incredible for that. For producer Joe, hello. That's all I got to say to him. I have nothing to say to him today. I'm your responsible. This show stunk it up at the end, but I think we did pretty good today. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Remember Friday. Oh, buddy, it's going down. Kesha is yelling timber. Yeah. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.